welcome back to Love It or Hate It. Just rate it.
In the comments. Rate it in the comments.
Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so already. Bang the bell for notifications. And if you have somebody who you think might like it, be sure and share it and like it. Okay, so today we will be reviewing All American.
All American is back.
Yes, and if you don't know about it, you need to get to know about it. You should be watching All American. And how I found out about it, I found out about my son. He told me, "Oh man, Mom, I almost missed my flight." I said, "How are you gonna miss a flight to Alaska?" Okay, what were you doing? I was looking at All American. You gotta look at that mess. And so I'm saying, "What's it about?" You gotta look at it. So then, I had seen it being advertised on Netflix, and I passed it a couple of times. It's like, All American? What is All American? And yeah, right, no. So as soon as he left, click, All American. So I watched it, and I watched the whole thing straight through. So I guess I went to bed about 5 o'clock in the morning. Excellent series. It's on Channel 5, comes on Monday nights at I think 8 o'clock. But the only thing is, I do have a connection to it. It is a true story, but my connection is I attended Crenshaw High School. I attended Crenshaw, wasn't there that long, and from Crenshaw I went to Fairfax High. Fairfax, I could say, is equivalent to Beverly Hills. So a couple of times we'd go up to Beverly Hills High, and yeah, the kids up there, they were like, they were all that, maybe a couple of notches above. But yeah, so I can identify with what's going on with Spencer and attending Beverly Hills High after coming from Crenshaw. Okay, so we'll jump right into it.
Yeah. So she called me telling me, your brother almost missed his flight watching All American. I'm like, what? This must really be good. So I binge watched it that entire weekend, like literally didn't watch anything else. Finished the whole series on Netflix. So that was the first series. And so now we're on season 2, which is on Channel 5. And I'll be really honest, when I was watching it, I was like, wait a minute, what did I miss? Did I miss something?
Yeah.
Because there was a whole lot of extra stuff that happened. Then I'm like, wait, that didn't happen in last season. So what's really going on here?
Yeah, they did add, I think, 1 or 2 new characters. So, yeah, it is a little bit different. But it's still good. So when it's how they left off on season 1, the final episode, they left these 2 big cliffhangers. And one of them was, since the dad, he had left. The dad left. He was gone for 8 years. And he shows he's back. He's back on the set now. And, it's like nothing happened. He's back. He got a job as the head coach for Crenshaw High. And before the series goes off, he asked Spencer to come and play for him at Crenshaw High.
After all that at Beverly Hills.
Yeah, he's established at Beverly Hills High. They won the championship. They couldn't have done it without him. And then he asked him, that is totally selfish, but he asked him to come and play. So then another cliffhanger was when the dad comes back. He asked the mom, he said, I always wanted to know if Dylan, which Dylan is the little brother, he said, because the reason he left was the mom had an affair with Billy,
who's the coach at Beverly Hills.
Right, so that's why he left. And so I guess around all this time, maybe she was pregnant, so he didn't know if the baby was his or if the baby was Billy's. So that's the 2 cliffhangers they left it on.
Yes.
Okay, so boom, now we jump into season 2. Okay, with season 2, they started off with, paying tribute to Nipsey Hussle, because that is all in the vicinity right there. You could walk from the Marathon Nipsey Hussle store. You could walk to Crenshaw High School, so that's all in the same area. So that was nice. They gave a speech and they spoke on it, and they were just paying tribute to Nipsey. And then we go over to Coop. And Coop is like Spencer's little buddy. And Coop, he's telling Coop, yeah, my dad wants me to come and play for Crenshaw. And Coop always gives him like super, super good advice. And suddenly he goes, oh man, you know, you got a relationship with the people at Beverly Hills. You know, they really love you over there. So if you're really thinking about leaving, you need to have a conversation with them and let them know what's going on. Because you're established over there, so that will
Like
be
they're your family too, is what she said.
exactly. So to leave,
After all that, woo.
and he went through a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, at first they didn't like him, asked him why he was doing the crip walk, and yeah, yeah, they really did, do him kind of funny.
Yeah, he went through a lot. Like, ooh, he went through a lot. From having to leave his family and live with Billy and his family and do all that. It's like, man, to just leave and go back to Crenshaw because your dad is a head coach there. It's like, yeah, your family will be back together, but it's like you did all that for nothing. That's how I saw it. Like,
right.
ooh.
And then it's kind of, well, I guess in a way it's kind of easy for him because since everything came out, why the mother and the father broke up and the dad left. So now Spencer is not living in Beverly Hills anymore. So he's making that commute every day. So it would be easier just to go on back to Crenshaw rather than to, take that bus ride all the way up to Beverly Hills High. Then,
But he's not really supposed to be doing that, though.
no, he's not.
Mm-mm.
No, he's
He's
not.
supposed to be staying with Billy.
Yeah, because that's what happened to me at Fairfax. Somebody told I wasn't living in the area, and boom, bounced right back to Crenshaw. But yeah.
So then it's just a lot of stuff. They have some new cliffhangers. Spencer's trying to decide if he should leave Beverly Hills or if he should go to Crenshaw. And so he told his dad he needed more time because remember the girl, what's her name? Her father is he donates money. I forgot what they call him.
Right, I forgot who he was, but she came and she said, "Well, how long have you haven't been living in Beverly Hills?"
Mm-hmm.
And we just found out that they're gonna check tomorrow to see if you really live there, and if you don't live there, then it's gonna be retroactive from the day you started at Beverly Hills High.
And it reverses everything that he did.
Exactly.
All the awards, all the accolades.
So and they won the championship because of him.
Mm-hmm.
So then I guess that would probably affect Beverly Hills High also. Then the mother, I don't know, she was just the mother.
Spencer's mom?
Oh yeah, she's just like 100 all the way. Because Spencer's saying, I don't care, I don't understand why people care where I sleep. And now I gotta go and beg Laura to let me come back and stay there. And she goes, no. She said, you're a king. You don't have to beg nobody to do anything. And that, I thought that was just like super, super special because here you have this black mother and she's lifting up her child, and supporting him. And, I got you. You're a king and you don't never have to beg nobody for nothing. And he's just sitting there, he's looking, my mom got me. So then, like I said, the mom is keeping it 100. So she goes over to Laura's.
Which is Billy's wife.
Right. She goes over there and she just came and she said, I just have to apologize to you, for the affair. Although I did not, know who you were at the time, but I did know that he was married. And to me, when you apologize to somebody, you have to do it face to face so they know that you really mean it.
Mm-hmm.
And she said, and I just wanted to apologize for my part in it, for what I had to do with it, because that split up their marriage. So Billy's no longer at home with his family. He had to move. He had to move back to the Crenshaw district with his dad that he does not get along with. So he's like drinking super, super heavy. He's drinking like a fish. He turned in his resignation to the school. But, the daughter got it and she took it back. And now then she emailed as if she was him and asked for an extra week of vacation time.
She had her dad's back.
Yeah.
She did. Because even though he didn't realize it, she did the right thing.
She did. She did because she said, she goes over, I don't know, Olivia, like in the first season, she had a problem with drugs. And that's the difference where they show how these two cultures collide. Because she had a drug problem. And she said, yeah, I got off on a bad track. hanging out with the wrong people. I got on drugs, and 75,000, and I'm good as new. And then when you look at that, so that's how they do it in Beverly Hills. But if you were in the hood in Crenshaw, I don't think nobody has 75,000 for you to get off the drugs and jump back to who you're supposed to be. So to show the two different cultures and how they mesh together, and the acceptance of Spencer was awesome. It is super, super awesome. But anyway, so the mom goes, she apologizes to the wife, and Olivia comes in and she sees her mom boo-hooing and crying and crying and crying because Billy had came by there and he wanted to find out about the resignation letter. And right when he's asking the kids about it, then Laura walks in. And it was such an awkward moment. It was very awkward. And she just grabs her wallet and she tells him, at least call before you come by. And she leaves. So they're discussing it. And of course, Olivia does not tell the truth about the letter. And
he thought it was his son. He thought it was the son who took the letter because his son came in the office right after. And then he said, of course you don't believe me. So the son was telling him, he was like, I didn't take your letter. He was like, I didn't do any of that stuff. And then later, Olivia did tell him that it was her. She was the one that took it, and she explained why. She took it because, he wasn't in the right space.
That's true. And I think with Olivia having the drug problems and everything, and she knows the weaknesses or she can recognize them in people, she's always in tune with other people's feelings. Just like, with the friend Layla. So Layla's putting up this big giant front, like, oh, I'm so happy and Spence and this and that and da-da-da-da-da. And, here
she's all alone. Her dad's never there.
Right. So
her
here
mother passed away.
Everybody, they strive to make all this money and to be this and to be that. And she has it all. And she's in this huge house by herself every night. And her dad is off here, off there. I know he's making a living or whatever, but there's nobody spending time with her. So but Olivia was in tune. She didn't know exactly what it was, but she knew something was bothering Olivia. So anyway, after the mom goes and apologizes to the wife, then the next scene, you see Laura coming down to the hood, knocking on the door, and
inviting Spencer to come back and stay.
Yeah, telling Spencer to come back because, if they find out that he's not there, then that's going to be major. And then another part that was super, super good was when, with Grace, Spencer's mom, when she had the big blow up with Corey, who's Spencer's dad, about who was Dylan's dad. And so she comes to him and she says, you know what, I put everything in place so we can do the paternity test for Dylan because it's only fair that you should know. And so then he just came right back. This is the best part for him. And he goes, as long as he's been born, he's been my blood, he's my son. And, the kids don't need to take the blame or for the parents' mistake. So we'll just leave it at that. So that was like super, super, super awesome.
See, I was just like, wow. That was very surprising because I definitely would have taken that test because you got to know the truth. And they have to, down the line, you need to know the truth. Like, who's your real parent? But I mean, I could understand the position. Like, that made it less hard. But the truth is going to have to come out because it will set you free.
That's true. But, maybe if they do the test, and what if the boy is Billy's? And if he's Billy's, then I don't know. That's going to mess up everything. That baby cannot be Billy's. Okay.
Yeah, but if he is Billy's, I think the father would still stay because based on that whole statement there, like, okay, yeah, you don't even need to take it because he's my son no matter what, blah, 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 blah. And so, yeah, I think he would still accept him as his son, but it would just be a different dynamic because then Billy would also be coming in trying to be a father too, I think. That's what I think. But I do think that the truth needs to, happen. She needs to have that test.
Ugh.
Yeah, it needs to happen.
Yeah, so then what is so devastating is just heartbreaking because throughout the first season, you know, Spencer had this huge chip on his shoulder. He had attitude that was, oh my God, this attitude was so huge. You saw the attitude coming before you saw him. And then at the end of the movie, at the end of it, it shows the dad going to the train to the bus station to meet this other boy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So he said, oh, I'm so glad Mom let me come and stay with you. So now this kid looks like he could be around the same age as Spence. So maybe you left because you had somebody else.
You know what I really think? I think that he probably did. He left and he met somebody else and he was living with this woman and this woman already had a kid the same age as Spencer and he was out there with them.
I hope so.
I don't think that's his son. Because he would truly, truly be cheating like I don't know what. Then, goodness.
Yeah, I hope so. And then, you know, before we close, Coop's got 9 lives.
She does. She truly does.
Yeah, because she had me, I'm on pins and needles in season 1. And then here we come in season 2. And you know how she set up the
other dude,
that gangbanger, for him to, you know, go to jail or whatever. Then this guy gets shot, and he didn't want to have nothing to do with Coop. And I thought they were going to shoot her right then. So many times I thought they were going to shoot her. And I mean, she's just got a million lives. But now all that's squashed, and they can move forward. So, but the devastating thing is, I hope that this is not his son. Please do not be his son.
Ooh.
Yeah, because, but then, you know, when Spencer went back and he moved in back in Beverly Hills, then he texts his dad because he sees that he truly has 2 families. And it would be something, I think it would be really, really bad if he hurt Jordan. Yeah, I think it would be.
Jordan is highly sensitive. Like, he's sensitive because he's a privileged kid. I mean, he needs to get over himself. He totally needs to get over himself. But here's the thing. So, that other dude is going to play for Crenshaw.
What other dude?
The boy that he picked up. Because he says something about that.
Stop it.
Yeah, he's going to play for Crenshaw. And so, and he was inviting Spencer to come. Spencer's not going to go play for Crenshaw. I don't think that he's going to go play for Crenshaw.
No, he's probably not going to play for Crenshaw. And they're probably going to have Crenshaw and Beverly Hills play against each other.
Again, yeah.
And Spencer's going to kick butt again.
That chip is about to get real big on his shoulder once. Because you could see in the previews for the next one how he's saying, yeah, so did you know that Dad was living with some woman? That was in the next episode, yes. I mean, seriously, like right now, this is just like the tip.
Before the wave is getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
Yes, yes. I mean, seriously, go to Netflix, catch up on season 1. It'll take like a weekend. I mean, you know, just binge watch it.
Or
binge
either
watch it.
Get it on demand. Whatever you do, I demand that you watch it.
Seriously though, because it's really, truly, truly good. We didn't even give you too many spoilers there. Did we give them spoilers for the first season?
No, but if you go to season 1, watch the entire season. And it's really only like maybe 8 episodes or so.
It's not a lot.
And you can catch up, and you just got to get in on this. You've got to right now. Okay, so that's all we have for you now. And we will talk to you next time.
Bye.
Next Wednesday. Okay, bye-bye. And don't forget to subscribe.